What's up, guys? It's Jay, more than Afterkill, and we're here in round 2. This is going to be the last video of the round, and we have Surfergirl18 versus Indie88. Up on the mic with me is Mr. DJ Arcas once again. How you doing, man?
Yo, how's it kicking in the house, bro?
So I'm going to go ahead and start up Surfergirl's world. So, how's it going, Arcas?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm digging the Master Chief there, by the way. That's cool. I had the very exciting time of spending half a day in the bank sorting out financial stuff and accounts and money and all sorts of fun things along those lines.
It's amazing how much problems those things can cause, isn't it?
Well, I mean, a few members of the team were of the opinion basically the money would arrive and I could just ship it the same day. There's so many hoops to come through. I mean, I've had to extend the limit of my transfers and basically, if ever you get into this, make sure that you've got someone doing it all for you, like a manager.
Like an accountant.
Yes, absolutely.
So you have a lot of exciting things going on. You have a patch coming out sometime, probably next week. You were shooting for, you said?
Yeah, I mean, it was going to be this week, but I've just had so much on. I mean, absolutely just stuff left, right, and center. Which is weird because the reason I quit my job was I could do Fortresscraft much more. But yeah, I've just been really, really busy. See, I'd like to point out though, my idea, by the way, I was in her world and I said you'd use the wind to make the nooses swing. She did. So I'd like to take credit for that.
Well, you can take all the credit for that you want. You made the game.
Well, not really. I didn't design the houses. I just did those nooses. So.
All right. So you the patch.
But yeah. So the patch should be out. If everything goes well, should be available to everyone by Friday next week. The idea is that we'll push it into peer review early next week. New additions are trees, natural landscapes, better caves, hopefully minerals as well. They won't do anything yet, but they're there as the first stepping stones.
So that's kind of like foreshadowing things in the future, huh?
Well, a lot of it is because I'm never going to stop with the creative focus. I mean, I personally believe no matter what certain people have said in the past, I believe that creative is a wonderful thing in of its own. Saying that you get bored of creative mode is a bit like saying you get bored of Lego. You only get bored of Lego when you are the limiting factor on how that is. So, I want to maintain that strong focus on creative. But as time moves on, obviously I don't want to do... There's a limit to what I can do with creative. I mean, there is a finite limit to the amount of stuff I can do. So, as we move towards the future, I'd like to expand the RPG mode. I'd actually like to work on something a little bit different, a bit unique there. But fundamentally, we need to come right back to the dungeon keeper basics, which are you need minerals in your world that you mine somehow.
That sounds like an amazing thing, because, I mean, anything that you add into this game is going to make the game a little bit better, but I do like the creative fact of the game. That's one of the things that drawed me in. I've always been a fan of playing Minecraft, but it's just, I don't like to use, all the hacks and the cheats they have, so even in, that style of game, I was always more of the creative style of person anyway.
Well, I mean, with that, the problem is, Minecraft was really the first game... Minecraft's the first game in a long time to let you really push your creative aspect out. I mean, it amazes me how much people just ignore Little Big Planet, because to my mind, Little Big Planet is my biggest competitor, not Minecraft. Minecraft is about fighting your way and defeating the dragon. Little Big Planet is about creating an awesome, amazing contraption and then getting people to view it. So, there's so much I can do with this. But there's also much I can do with the RPG mode. It's just need plenty of time.
So you were mentioning trees. Is the trees going to be self-generating in these worlds now?
Yeah. So what we've done
is we have your phone ringing.
Yeah, we do. It's just a text message. My phone goes constantly these days because my phone's hooked up to Twitter, the email, Skype, everything. My phone is constantly.
So I think we were talking about trees.
Yeah, so what we've got is a friend of mine who used to play Warcraft with, he was very keen on souping up the Perlin, and I've obviously been busy on mine carts and conveyor belts and that sort of thing. So he's actually had a look at the Perlin landscape. So he's got much improved Perlin algorithm. So Perlin, by the way, again back to Minecraft. If any Minecraft fanboys are listening, Notch did not invent procedural landscapes. The amount of people who told me that is unbelievable. So we're using the same technique as Ken Perlin did in the 1982 film Tron. So it's the technique there for three-dimensional and two-dimensional noise, and that's our landscape generation system. But that's now been improved, so it now looks more like a landscape. We've now got much better caves, we've got better natural water, and we've got procedural trees, and we've also got like mapped trees. So how to describe that? So the idea is that Butcher Boy, Toma, and Paul have modelled trees, and then we place those trees in the world, so they look better than sort of randomly generated trees, which just always look a bit weird.
Yeah, they tend to look a little odd, strange. But
did you notice her map, by the way, in her pirate ship there?
Yes, I did on the desk.
That was amazing because she'd drawn the map with a different picture on each side of the cube, so she had a map that was 6 big, like 2x3, but only made up of one custom cube. That was really clever.
Yeah, I'd like to use the custom blocks like that. I feel that, just using them for one side really kind of like relinquishes the efficiency of them.
So the current patch doesn't have the custom block preview in it. I really wish that I could release, again, I know, but I wish I could release like Minecraft. I would release a patch tomorrow that only consisted of custom block preview, because it makes an insane amount of difference to how easy it is to place those custom blocks.
Yeah, and that was Surfer Girl's world. The next world we got coming up is going to be Indie88's. He was the first world I showed in the tournament. He's going to be the last world of this round. And the question I wanted to ask you is, a lot of people have been asking me, is the new patch is coming out, so does that mean the Harrison axe is going to be in this patch?
It's not currently in. As I said, I've been stretched very thin. I need to get Steam Hairs out. It's in. We've got the model. The model's in. That's all there. What we don't have is the unlock code stuff yet. I've written it all. It's only really an hour's work, but I've been chewing my way through bugs and working on helping Mitius with these new generated stuff. I have to say, it's annoying watching this run, because this is running really badly, isn't it? Like, compared to how the new build runs. The
new build and the optimizations is going to be a dream. Actually, if you can get that patch out by next week, I might push the refilmings back a week and let the optimizations come in before I refilm, so everything looks amazing.
Yeah, the funniest thing is, that, of course, you said that last time and the time before. Every time a patch has come out, we've squeezed so much more performance out of the engine.
Seems like it.
Yeah. Oh, we have. I mean, that's the way it works. You investigate, you see how people use the world, the engine, and then you just make it happen even more.
Well, yeah, considering that, that's one thing I wanted to ask you. Did you ever think people would take this game this far?
No, not even slightly.
So when you actually see these things being built and you look at them, what actually goes through your head? Like, what happens in the mind of DJ Arcas? Are you just like, what the hell did they do to my game?
A lot of it, I do this with commercial games. I treat this in the same way. Like, I'm looking at the floor here, and I'm not going, that's a cool carpet. I'm going, okay, you've used 2 customs there. You've used a third custom. So you've done that with 4 customs, or maybe you've rotated it. So I actually mentally take it apart. But, I mean, I did this with commercial games. Because when I say to people, ooh, I looked at the Minecraft engine and I wonder about that, I do this about every single game I play. I look at it, I go, how was that done? How was that done? How could I use that technique? How can I improve on this technique? And with stuff like this, I see their things, and I either go, so he's used one custom there, and then he's used that one upside down. That's clever. Or I think to myself, he could have used customs there. That would improve it. Or I often think to myself, we really need a block with sparkles on it or something. So I look at what people have done, and I try and use that to, I love the way he's done the water. Look at that.
Yeah, the water wheel is amazing.
The water around the water, that's brilliant.
Yeah, but that's amazing that you actually say that, because I mean, you look at these worlds and some of the things that are coming in new, and you see like that ladder right there with the rideable doodads. That's gonna now be functional.
Yes, it's going to be that I look forward to. I mean, to a great degree. I mean, much as I hate it, I'm very busy. I'm busier than I've probably ever been in my life. So when I join worlds, I kind of wander around. But if I can just join someone's world, and in front of me is an arrow, a pressure plate, I stand on the pressure plate, a tour cart arrives, and I get taken around someone's world. Brilliant, because that means that people who join your world, that I've done this amazing Master Chief sculpture. If it's left and I go right, I'll never see it. This means that you can get more votes in your world simply by making sure that your tour carts take people through the right stuff, and that will really, really help. It'll help you, it'll help your world. And as a visitor, if you've got an hour, it means you'll see much, much cooler stuff.
Yeah, and copy and paste is coming. I know we said that for a long time, but the copy and paste should help people build their worlds a little bit faster. You were saying.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, the thing is with simple copy and paste, it is no substitute for hard work. You do need to do the hard work. But when Paul was doing his underground dwarven mining world with me for the minecart video we did,
Yeah,
it was brilliant because he said, right, he said, now to test the copy and paste. And I went silent for about 30 seconds, and he went, well, that just saved me 2 hours. Because, I mean, he just went, click, bum, 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 and he just developed the whole corridor without having to go back, do each archway, each thing, and the next one, and the next one. And
yeah.
I was, for anyone listening, I know I'm going to get complaints about this. Copy and paste does not copy customs properly. This is on purpose. I would prefer you not to go too crazy with customs. They are a performance hog. So copy and paste is designed for large scale architecture, for a house, for a column, for an archway. It's not designed for duplicating mass detail because, and you've heard me say this so many times, it's only an Xbox.
Yeah, I think everybody's run into the limitations that Xbox offers.
Well, I mean, there is a limit, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, one guy, oh my God, some guy on YouTube going, it is not the user's job to optimize it. You should optimize the game. And I sort of said, well, the problem is, I mean, Andy's world, Andy was beginning to hit the theoretical transform rate of the Xbox. Like, that's it. That's the hardware. There's no more. And he's like, oh, well, why don't you not draw stuff that's off screen? And I was like, what? So if I fly up in the air and look down, so there's nothing above me, you're seeing it all, and obviously I already do that.
Well, I mean, there's only so much you can do. And like you said, with the customs being really hard on the Xbox, it's best, like right here, this is a perfect example that we're looking at. He's sparingly used the customs in here, but it still looks fantastic.
Absolutely. I mean, the main trick is not to go overboard, and the main trick is to reuse the same custom in the same area. So like here, good example, the pillars. He's got if you were lazy, that pillar is made up of 3 customs. If you're efficient, that pillar is made up of 2 customs. I mean, because you turn the bottom one upside down for the top one. Very importantly, that is the difference between 60 frames a second and 40 frames a second, depending on how many you've got.
God damn you, math! Why must you make things hard on us?
Well, I say this is why I'm excited about the PC version. Why I'm excited about the possibility, hopefully, of the Xbox 720 version, because these limits just won't be there. If there's any chance I can re-release this in much, much, much higher detail for the Xbox 720. I jump at that chance, absolutely. And
I was really excited when you were talking about OnLive, because I've been mentioning it in all my videos. I'm really trying to push it because, I mean, OnLive just seems like we were on OnLive. You've actually showed me OnLive and what is possible on OnLive, and it just seems like a community game just like this is built for that style of platform.
Oh yeah, I mean, just the fact that you'll be able to join people's worlds and go and just watch them build and go, that's amazing. And then hopefully, as OnLive grows, you'll be able to just hit the button at the bottom and join right into their game.
Well, just like those people that ask me all the time, they're like, I don't have a capture card, I can't get this onto the YouTube. It'll make making YouTube videos a lot easier because there's fraps and then there's the brag clips that are on online that you could just put in there and show people what you've built without even being online.
Absolutely, yeah. Hopefully as well, we can also do other things. So, again, this is something that, again, if it flops on live, I won't bother. I'll move on to the Steam version. But if it takes off, you should be able to share your worlds when you're not online. So I can make your world synchronize with a server, and then you can actually like submit your world as like an exemplar world. So you say this world is amazing, and you submit it to the server, and then what would happen? We can have it so it would be like, a bunch of the current testers. We get the world, we look at it, going, this world is amazing. We can put this up as a world that anyone can join, no matter if the person's running. So we can keep like the 20 very best worlds on a server so people can join them. And it's something that's just not possible on the Xbox.
That would actually make doing something like this tournament a lot easier, because not only would you get to see, like, I could show a quick blurb of the world, but you'd be able to go and see these worlds in person while they're not even online and cast your vote that way.
Yes, absolutely. And that will be, I mean, to be honest, by the time you're in the offline section, I think you probably have too many votes to worry about anyway.
Well, I'm just thinking of the possibilities of on live, because I do have a decent PC that can run games, and just thinking about what's the PC version like? How many times better? How much more room do you have to work with?
I mean, so for Great to Go, I expect we'll have a much bigger world. Not necessarily infinite, because let's be honest, no game is an infinite world, and I dare someone to challenge me on that one. We have a lot bigger world, but I used to be able to render the whole Fortresscraft world in one go, all of that, just draw it all, because the PC is that much. I
was saying, like the architecture. How many more times do you have like over the Xbox architecture? Is it like 10 times better?
Without rearranging the code. Straight out of the box, it's about my laptop here is about 40 times quicker than the PC. So we're not just talking about a little bit, we're talking about
a massive.
Now, that's not taking advantage of 8 cores, it's not taking advantage of SLI, it's not taking advantage of physics. We can start taking advantage of a lot of hardware that doesn't exist on the PC, on the Xbox, in order to make that 40 turn into 100 times quicker.
And then more people would get their more custom blocks that they wanted.
Well, I mean, to be honest, on the PC version, I can put down 1,000 types of custom blocks. The PC just chews through it. On the Xbox, there's a finite limit. If you want to stick in 60 frames, you have to stick within about 100 draw calls. Each custom type is a draw call. So if you had 100 custom types and you drew nothing else, you would run at 60 frames. And the moment you draw one thing more, bang, your frame rate's gone.
See, what I look forward to is what you were talking about. You said you can draw the whole map in one render distance, one draw distance, right?
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
Now, you take that and you take what people's built, like say this structure right here, or say you have a small suburban area and you're walking through the small suburban area, you just look up and bam, you got a city that looks like it's maybe like 100, 200 blocks away, and you can still see it. It just adds that much more depth to the game that you won't have to ride around on a train car to see people's worlds, because you could just come in here and just look around and be like, I see it all.
It's going to be very, very, very interesting when we actually get that in, because having said that, I mean, not next patch, so probably patch after next, we should be able to start letting people crank the draw distance up again. So I mean, you already can, if you're a brave soul and you got your world backed up, you can already increase the maximum draw distance.
That's a keyboard command, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just set max draw distance, but the important thing is it depends what's in your world. Like, some worlds will get to draw distance 20, some worlds will only get to draw distance 6. It depends very much on the world as to how far you can push that.
Yeah, I remember trying to mess with that when I was doing the tournament, and it was just I think it was like the patch before this one that came out. It seems like so long ago, doesn't it?
I know. Well, I mean, I had someone say, "Oh, Fortresscraft isn't as good as Total Miner. Total Miner gets way more patches," and I was like,
They
"No,
got two.
yeah, they got two. I've had this will be our 7th patch in 7 months. Like, well, how much do you want me to patch it?"
You know, that's, I mean, considering that, I mean, you still got to go through peer review and, bug testing. 7 patches in 7 months seems reasonable.
I wish I could push out smaller patches. I said I would like the ability to do that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But right now, I mean, it's all about, getting the optimizations done and getting whatever you have left in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's to be honest, I've got so much ideas. I can keep doing this for a long time, and I think I'll do it at least until it stops being fun, which it's certainly not doing. Yeah, and seeing stuff like those worlds really does make it fun.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I mean, I know you hear me bitch and complain a lot in the chat about it, and I mean, it is a lot of hard work, but the work is rewarding after seeing like what these people have put together. And I mean, I didn't think this game would come this far. Like when I was first building, everybody was building pixel art, and now you're seeing literal masterpieces being made, and it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, people are getting better at it, and say the next patch importantly adds in tools to help you squeeze more out of it. I have come up with a plan for increasing the number of customs. So yeah, the plan is to get to 128 customs, but that will probably be as much as you ever get. I mean, there's a hard limit of 256.
Is that on Xbox or PC?
Without majorly changing off our file format and doubling our footprint, it's just not possible to increase that. There's just no RAM available.
All right. So, Arcas, I want to thank you for coming on the tournament again. This is the last video of round 2. Like I said to everybody, vote in the comments. The more votes that we get, the more accurate the voting is going to be. And, Arcas, big thanks to you, man.
Yeah. And just to make clear, just so I'm correct on this, the tournament footage we're seeing is still before the patch with custom physics objects, conveyor belts, jump pads.
This is 1 patch old, so this is about
no lasers even.
No
Wow.
lasers. And we have yet to begun to tip the iceberg because we're going to be refilming in round 3, and I'm going to give them each about a 4 or 5 minute video to keep the video size down to show off what they got.
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing, because I'm watching these worlds going, God, they're a bit dead, they're a bit static, and then of course, so much more. And then, as I say, by the time that you finish the tournament, the next patch will be out. It's just the way it works.
Well, hopefully we could do it again. And I mean, I pretty much got the organization of what needs to be done down. So if I do this again, it's not going to take as long.
Yeah, so, no, absolutely, yes. Well, practice makes perfect. And so I like to. I hope more people do stuff like this.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I'd love to see it, not necessarily a tournament, but I'd love to see someone going, I just play Fortresscraft all the time with the PVR, and every time I find an awesome world, I'll just record it and put it up. Because, people love this stuff, people love watching it. So
yeah, good. So, you want to say it or should I?
Go on, you can. You're so much better at it than I am.
Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. I'm Jay, more than Afterkill. This was DJ Arcas on the Fortresscraft tournament. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys later.
East side.
West side.